Welcome to this explainer. Today we're tackling something that honestly touches almost every single one of us, even if we don't always have the exact words for it. We're going to dive into our modern struggle with emotional isolation and that silent, creeping exhaustion of the digital age. I really want to guide you through this step by step, because understanding why we feel so drained, that's the very first step to reclaiming our peace of mind. So let's just jump right in.
Take a second and just gently ask yourself, have you noticed something kind of strange lately about how we interact? Think about your recent texts. Conversations just feel shorter, don't they? We routinely fire off a quick emoji instead of expressing an actual complex human emotion. We'll be sitting right there with our closest friends in a cafe, physically together, but we're all just staring at our separate glowing screens. It's almost like nobody feels completely real anymore. And the wild part is, most of us feel this shift happening, but we can't quite put our finger on it.
And hey, if you've been feeling this way, I really want to validate that for you right now. We are literally more connected online than at any point in human history. We're constantly posting, sharing, interacting, but somehow we're feeling more emotionally distant and isolated than ever before. It's this huge paradox, right? We're plugged into this massive global network, yet we're increasingly disconnected from the actual people sitting right next to us.
Section 1, the illusion of connection. Let's take a look at how our digital interactions have really shifted things. Think about the word authenticity. At its core, it means expressing genuine emotion and showing who you truly are. But, well, as our daily communication shifted massively from face-to-face hangouts to glowing screens, true authenticity kind of started disappearing. Without even realizing it, we traded our messy, beautiful, real selves for these carefully selected online characters.
On social media, we rarely post our actual, mundane, or difficult moments. Instead, we engage in this curated performance. We share the best photos, the absolute happiest moments, the most attractive angles, and our biggest achievements. And over time, we unconsciously build up these online characters. Eventually, the line between our real personality and our digital persona just starts blurring. We completely forget where the performance ends and where the real us actually begins.
And that leads us to a pretty troubling reality. Modern communication often prioritizes speed over depth. Think about those endless, repetitive conversations. How are you? Good. What are you up to? Nothing much. Because we inherently fear judgment, we hide our authentic thoughts, our fears, our loneliness, our real dreams, behind humor, sarcasm, or literal digital filters. We interact all day long, for sure, but we are terrified of truly being seen.
Section 2, performance over reality. Now, let's talk about where we actually seek validation. We have experienced an absolutely massive shift in human psychology. Back in the day, our self-worth and validation came from the physical world, our close relationships, our local communities, real-life skills and experiences. But think about modern validation for a second. It increasingly comes from likes, followers, views, and digital attention. It's crazy, but our brains are literally rewiring to associate our personal worth with algorithmic numbers.
And because of that rewiring, we start unconsciously asking ourselves this deeply isolating question. What version of myself gets the most attention? Instead of just expressing genuine emotion, we start shaping our personalities around what's going to perform well. We constantly ask, what will people think? Our true individuality slowly gets replaced by algorithm-friendly recycled behavior. We essentially become what the feed wants us to be, rather than who we actually are.
Section 3, the cost of digital noise. This brings us right to the problem of overstimulation.
And this is our daily reality, completely caught up in an overstimulation cycle. We wake up, check the news, notifications ping, watch a few short videos, reply to messages, see 10 different ads, read a bunch of opinions, and then we just drop right into that endless, bottomless scroll. It is constant, it's relentless. And this massive overload of data triggers this low-level anxiety that leaves us mentally exhausted, perpetually tired, and ultimately emotionally numb.
Let's just take a breath for a second here. Our attention has become totally fragmented. When we're emotionally numb from all that overstimulation we just talked about, we simply cannot connect deeply. You see it everywhere, right? Families sitting at the dinner table without saying a word, couples texting while sitting literally right next to each other on the couch. We are physically present with the people we love, but mentally, we're miles and miles away.
And when we're fragmented like that, the fear of vulnerability completely takes over. Being emotionally honest online feels incredibly risky. We fear embarrassment, rejection, judgment, or just being totally misunderstood by the internet. So what do? We build these confident, emotionally controlled walls. We make sure we always appear funny, or attractive, or super successful. But underneath those secure walls, we're so isolated because no one is actually seeing our true selves.
Section 4. The reassurance. Let's pivot here.
Because I promise you, hope is definitely not lost.
I really want to let this sink in. The human brain is still built for real connection. Human nature hasn't magically changed just because smartphones were invented. Deep down, we still desperately crave authenticity. And that is exactly why honest, vulnerable conversations feel so incredibly powerful. It's why those moments where someone truly, deeply listens to you, they stay in your memory forever. We are literally wired for this.
1,000 followers cannot replace one real conversation. No matter how many views you get, no viral post is ever going to replace genuine trust. Constant digital attention will simply never replace that profound, soul-settling feeling of being truly understood by another human being. It just won't.
Section 5. Habits for deep connection. Let's talk about some really practical daily habits.
Okay, so here are 3 essential daily habits pulled right from our source material that can absolutely change everything for you. Step 1. Unplug to be present. Carve out some time every single day where you just exist without a screen. Leave your phone in the other room during dinner. Step 2. Listen carefully. When you're with someone, give them your full, unfragmented attention. Don't just wait for your turn to speak, actually hear them. And step 3. Speak honestly. Allow your conversations to go beneath the surface. Share a real fear. Share a genuine dream. Allow yourself to be vulnerable.
And remember, technology itself is not evil. The internet is an amazing tool, but the problem is just that we've kind of forgotten how to connect beyond the performance. But, because so many people are lost in the digital noise right now, authenticity is becoming super rare. And, as we all know, rare things are incredibly valuable. Mastering these simple habits of genuine presence makes you such a valuable, comforting force in a really disconnected world.
So, I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought. Ask yourself honestly, are you hiding beneath the performance? Is your own need for genuine human connection slowly being buried underneath all that digital noise? Look, you have the power to step out from behind the screen today. Go have that one real conversation. I promise you, it changes everything. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep connecting, and please, take care of yourselves.